Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of the CamerataCast. This is your host, as always, Andres Marquez. This is kind of a weird thing that we do where I'm like, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. We're going to try and make this a regular thing. And then I don't.
Hey, yo.
But I do appreciate everybody who listens whenever we put out one of these little episodes. And I very much appreciate our guest for today. Nicole Parker is a jack of all trades and a master of many, might I add. When it comes to shoe shining, when it comes to musical performance, Nicole is there to give you the big wow. How about you kind of, describe yourself in a bit more detail?
Yeah, I love doing everything all the time. I never have, I guess music would be my main thing, but I just love to do all of the creative tasks that I possibly can. It sparks so much joy for me. But right now I'm really focusing on live performance and writing, which has been really cathartic for me. And yeah, I'm just happy to be doing things like this with people like you. So yeah.
Hell yeah. And thank you very, very much for that. I'm mutually grateful.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Speaking on live performance, I believe the last time, well, I didn't see you there, unfortunately, because I had to run some errands, but you performed with your band Penny on the Needle at Boomers in Long Beach. And I see some of the videos you post on Instagram where you're playing with a couple different people, where it's not just like a solo performance, and it's always so electric. You always have such energy to you. And I'm really hoping that the performance on the 23rd was it the 23rd or was it the 9th?
Yes, the 9th.
Yes.
Yeah.
23rd is this coming Friday.
Yeah.
But I really hope that was a fun performance for you.
Oh, it was.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you get into, kind of this like collective performance thing? Because the only times I've seen you perform, I have seen you perform with kind of like a band at the Mod Lab.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's funny because I hosted that open mic past bedtime, kind of in hopes of meeting other musicians and seeing other great acts, and it was like mission accomplished because I met my first band, Parker and the Lemonade River Boys. We all met through there, and then Alana, Slayer Leia.
Yeah. Shout out to Leia.
Shout out to Leia.
Or Alana, whatever they prefer to go by.
Yeah, Leia's her middle name.
Oh, my God.
And I saw them perform there, which blew my mind. And they now have a band called Pulse. So it's always this evolving, people meeting new people, making new collaborations. So yeah, I'm a firm believer in if you don't have something, just make it for yourself. So I didn't have a band. I made the open mic, and now I have some of the greatest, most awesome people and musicians in my life.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Matt. I didn't even realize he was going to be performing with you that night.
I know. Yeah, I didn't either.
I was so sick seeing him there.
Yeah, my bassist Brian Chow was out of town, so then I was like, Matt, let's play bass, and then we jammed, and it was great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about music, music specifically as an art form. It's inherently collaborative.
Exactly.
You can do the whole solo project thing,
Sure.
9 Inch Nails has done that kind of stuff, Tame Impala, but it's never so fun as when you're in a room with a whole bunch of people just jamming out.
Absolutely. Yeah, you hear things you wouldn't have heard on your own, which is so epic. Or you get new ideas or new ways of writing or new ways of even listening that you never would have gotten if you're just sitting alone.
Exactly.
So I love it.
It's other people's ideas kind of enhancing your own, and then vice versa.
Exactly.
If you don't mind me asking, when did you start your whole musical journey?
I've always been a singing kind of child. I would sing a lot. I was super shy. I would sing before I would talk. But then I got a guitar for Christmas when I was 14. Wow. And just sort of learned songs through the internet, YouTube and stuff like that. And then I would be oh, okay, I know these chords. Let me try to write my own song with these chords. And I started writing very seriously in high school. Created my first little project called Spain's Emporium. Because the Emporium, I like to do everything all at once. The Grand Emporium, whatever.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I started that. And then ever since, I was just I can't stop writing. I'll do it whether I make money with it or not. And it just evolves as things do. Like, you know,
Hell
you
yeah.
meet new people, you have new ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, probably about 14.
Sick.
Mhm.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm especially happy. I don't know. It's always a weird thing, trying to balance the whole like I would love to make a living off of this,
Exactly.
but it's very difficult. That's an
Exactly.
understatement.
Yeah.
Um,
You know.
Oh, I do. But it's you're right though. It's like it's fulfilling whether or not the money comes.
It's gonna
in.
happen either. Like, it's just how my brain works. I'm sure you're the same way. You're gonna play the drums. You're gonna make your, you know, recordings whether
Mhm.
anyone's looking or not. It's just like what you do.
Yeah, it's see, that's the thing. It's definitely a collaborative thing. At least music is when it comes down to it. But it's also like I like making music for myself and by myself as well because
No, you're right.
it's very fulfilling in a sort of self-nurturing way.
Yeah.
Um,
You can learn a lot about yourself when you write.
Exactly.
And, yeah, for real.
yeah. If you don't mind me asking as well, and this is more of like a
I don't mind.
dang. All right, challenge accepted. So you have so many different hats that you're wearing, possibly all at the same time.
Mhm.
You've got Parker and the Lemonade River Boys.
Yeah.
You've got that. You've got Penny on the Needle.
Yeah.
I think in an Instagram post I saw you announced another band that you either work with or you play with. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just.
I was in a girl band for a little bit. Zellafella. Was
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's killer. But like you also do so much other stuff that's outside of the music sort of sphere. If you don't mind me asking, what could you touch up on that a bit?
Yeah, I guess like the most I don't know, catching thing is like the shoe shining.
Yes.
People are always very like, what? I just really love it. I started doing it like maybe 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Went on a big road trip. I used to work at estate sales, and I would take home all the old shoes and clean them up and try and sell them. And then I
Nice.
went on a big road trip and just did it in all the major cities I worked with. Now I do it at events and stuff like that. But that has morphed its way into like visual art, which I would never do because I always kind of sucked at it, to be honest. Like I was always jealous of people that were good at painting. But I would make like art out of the shoe polishes and use like leather dye to put on the soles of my shoes and step on the canvas and stuff like that, which is really something I like a lot now, which is very new. I also like to do, because, you know, trying to make money with music, you kind of have to get creative. So like I would make my own merch.
Right.
I really love embroidery and just like going to Joann's and getting that special paper you put through the printer and heat press, you know, your design on or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love art, I guess. Like there's no other way to put it. I just like to make it. I like to look at it. I like to listen to it. I just like to have it in my life as much as possible. Yeah.
I dig it. That's honestly inspiring to hear.
Thanks.
And far be it from me to try and not be modest, but I definitely do like doing this podcast, just hearing what inspires people, because it inspires me as well.
Exactly. When people talk about what they're passionate about, like it gives me energy.
Mhm.
Like
Exactly.
I love it. Like the fact that you're going out and doing this and reaching out, like not a lot of people do that, and it's really like inspiring.
Thank you. It's just a joy for me, and it's like I hope that whoever happens to listen to these episodes of our cast, I hope that they can take away like at least some of the kind of passion that I feel, that you feel when we talk about this, because that's the whole reason I wanted to start this, just because
Totally.
I like podcasts. I
Me
like
too.
listening to what makes people tick. And that's why I'm on this. But this isn't about me. This is not about me.
It is. It is
No,
about
it's
you. It's
not.
about the both of us.
Stop. I don't like talking about myself. Why did I even start a podcast?
Damn it.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna take another quick swig of water.
Sure.
Commercial break.
Commercial break. Cut.
Hello there, friends. Andres here with a brief announcement. The G-Tapes Collective is a Los Angeles-based record company and music collective, and they've just released their third volume of A Mix That Doesn't Need to Be Fixed. This is a whopping compilation of a whole mess of amazing songs by amazing indie artists from the LA, OC, SoCal area in general. You can check this volume and the other two volumes out on Bandcamp from the G Tapes Collective. You can hear songs by Not From England, Zom, Norman Ventures, G.L. James, Kyra, and 12 other artists on this volume. Yeah, please check it out and support your local artists however you can.
No sponsors yet.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
Imagine being paid to talk.
Wow. We're
So-
halfway there.
We're already talking. Now we just need the money.
Exactly.
So this is kind of an ongoing topic that we've had with a bunch of our previous guests. You know, shout outs to Kyra, shout outs to Adam. I was about to say Alex. Your name is Adam. I'm so sorry. Brain fart. Oh, I knew it was gonna happen. It always
All the
happens.
others.
It always happens when I'm talking.
When you're giving
at length.
your Grammy award-winning speech.
Stop. But this is something that I've just wanted to hear people speak out on.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, along the lines of, you know, what inspires you.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask, what makes you happy?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe those are two things that are, you know, interlinked. But maybe there's also, you know, things that aren't necessarily within the creative sphere that help keep you, you know, comfortable and afloat in these times.
Yes. That's so funny. Like, when you reached out to me to do the podcast and we're like, yeah, we want to talk about, like, what makes people happy, it really does intertwine with my music so much because my favorite, probably, like, my golden goose egg of a song that I really love that I wrote is called What Happy Does. And the chorus is happy is what happy does. So I'll take my dog out for a walk and I'll smile at the mailman. I'll make some eggs and get some bread and eat it on the front porch. Like, it really is, as much as happiness is a mindset. If your mindset ever starts to fail you, sometimes you kind of got to fake it till you make it. Like, do things.
Right.
Action, you know? Like, go take a walk and smile at the mailman, you know? Go make your eggs and eat them on the porch, eat them in the backyard, you know? Like, the little things that can just, you know, make your day that much better. Yeah, that really makes me happy.
It continually surprises me how much or how many people kind of go to that as like one of their main answers.
Yeah.
Like I was speaking about this with my friend Lola. Shout outs to you, Lola. I'm pointing at a wall. That's not where she is. But that was one of the things we talked on at length, was that I asked her about this and she said, and this is something I've been doing, you know, ever since we talked about this. She keeps like a little journal of things that make her happy throughout a day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I was sitting, you know, in my backyard and the sun was setting and it was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Or I was listening to some music and that really, like, you know, that particular song really got me going. And it's like, and then, you know, what she had said was that, you know, she noticed a pattern in what continually makes her happy. And then she tries to make that a part of her daily routine. And it's like, that is so fucking beautiful.
It's great. It's cataloging things and like archiving, you know, so you can look back and notice patterns is, I think, a amazing way to live life.
Yes. It's like, it doesn't have to be all these huge, like, grand adventures or these, like, operations that require so much planning and stuff.
No.
It can be something like right
There's
now.
There's a sunset and a sunrise every day. Like, go look at it.
Yeah. Like right now, I'm kind of liking looking out of this window.
Yeah.
2 stories above the ground. I don't know, something about being high off the ground kind of makes me happy. That's why I like hiking. That's why I like doing, you know, mountains and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, but it is really, it's not just the little things, but it's like making sure that you kind of appreciate them as they're happening.
Exactly.
Because that's one of the things that journaling has helped for me, at least. Kind of like, you know, I'll notice something has happened, but then I tell myself that I'm going to write this down. And I ask myself, why am I going to write this down? Because I'm feeling this way. And, you know, I'm feeling this way because it just helps to kind of like think out things.
Oh, totally.
Not too much, though. It's like just brief examinations before going back into the moment.
Yeah. And I think the funniest thing is to like look back at old journal entries from like the emo 16-year-old days. Oh my god, it's hilarious. Like when you think you're so deep and you're just writing your heart out. God bless him.
That was me.
Yeah, same. Yikes. It's funny though. We can laugh at it now.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. When you had your emo phase, did you also look the part? Did you like dress like all in black and that kind of stuff?
Definitely, I had a good healthy swath of that. I didn't go full all out emo, but I did. You could tell in pictures. Oh yeah, she was listening to My Chemical Romance for sure. For sure. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, same.
Yeah.
I had like my whole playlist of music that if I needed to cry, that would help me cry.
Totally.
My Chem, Radiohead.
Oh yeah, all the greats, really. Shout out if they're listening.
Thanks for helping me cry.
Yeah.
Tom York and Trent Reznor and.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I really wish I could have dressed emo though. I remember like.
Yeah. Did you go all out?
Oh, I couldn't.
Oh no.
Because like. Not to go too deep into my whole shit, but I was very mentally ill in high school. I mean, I'm mentally ill now. I just have the right medication for it.
Right.
But there was a whole stigma, back when I was going to school, where it's like, oh, those kids who do emo shit, they're like, they cut themselves. They're mentally ill. It's like, I cut myself. I'm mentally ill.
I can't be the cliche now. Damn it!
I know. It's like if I dress like this, they're gonna know even more.
Yeah, for real.
But it was like, I don't know though, because like I'd go to the Brea Mall sometimes. I'm not sure if every mall's the same.
Yeah,
I'd go to the
there's a Hot Topic
mall.
in every
Yes.
one.
I go to a Hot Topic.
I know where you're going.
I want to wear this.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to dress just like those cool kids.
Yeah,
cool with
unquote.
big old fucking quotes next to it.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Actually, not necessarily like a happiness thing, but looking around, I see so many different articles regarding like music. See Tracy Chapman, Little Feat.
Yeah.
What are your go-to bands right now?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I go through hardcore like phases.
Same.
I obsess over artists, and usually, like, I have my bands that I love. But I'll obsess over like solo artists in particular, and like read all, watch all the interviews, read all the articles, and stuff like that. I went through such a big Elliott Smith phase.
Elliott Smith.
Of course. I feel like a lot of people go through their Elliott Smith phase, and that's like, he's the king of like emo songwriting, I feel. But in a tasteful, unique way that was so, I don't know, like groundbreakingly indie for its time. But now, that was like last year, but now on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, I absolutely love and adore Jonathan Richman and his work.
Jonathan Richman, not familiar.
He sings the song, Road runner, going faster miles an hour, gonna drive, the Modern Lovers. But anyways.
Not familiar, my bad.
His solo stuff is so, like, relentlessly optimistic and happy. And I've just eat it up, like, I have a playlist on Spotify called Words of Encouragement, and he is, like, 90% of it. Like, yeah, and he played, actually, I went to Tucson, New Mexico, to see him on tour this last year. I was able to interview him and then talk to him, and Tommy Larkins, who plays the drums with him, and his wife, Nicole, and the merch guy, Jake. Shout out all of you guys. And just his outlook on the world, or what it seems through what he's singing about, is so beautiful and like optimistic and uplifting that it's like the complete opposite of Elliott Smith, but I love them both. Like, I love everything.
I dig it.
So yeah, that's who I really like nowadays.
That's killer. And I'm very happy that you can find this kind of inspiration and this sort of drive through artists that kind of represent two wholly different sides of an emotional spectrum.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's really, and I do notice, like, when I was listening to Elliott Smith, I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but I was like not very happy last year. So I'm like, was I listening to him because I felt unhappy and like related, or did his music, was it so emo and depressing that it literally brought down my mood?
Oh
like,
my god.
I'm so much happier now, and so it's like now I'm gravitating towards like the Jonathan Richman and the Roger Millers and like the really cheery solo artists. So I don't know, maybe it has an influence, the music has an influence on your mood.
It could.
Yeah.
I think there's like definitely a little bit of both that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I do like to think though that music helps create a mood
Totally.
more often than the mood, influences what you listen to.
Yeah, I think so, because I think like, it's those lyrics and the music, like, soaks into your brain, like, because you're listening to it and you're singing along to it, and it's like you're repeating things that these people are saying, and it, like, I would listen to I forget his last name, David Berman, I think, from the Silver Jews, but he has a solo work, or not solo work, but a separate project called Purple Mountains that was just so fucking depressing.
Damn.
And I'm like repeating all these depressing lyrics and these like self-deprecating lyrics. I'm like, this can't be good, but I keep listening. Like, but I don't know. Maybe it's cathartic or whatever.
Could be.
Yeah.
I remember I used to have this collection, 3 tiny books. That's what they were called, Tiny Book of Tiny Stories.
Oh.
From this publishing company called Hit Record. And to those who haven't heard of them, please check out Hit Record. They're like one of my favorite collaborative forces just in existence. Their whole thing is like, if you have a project that you want to get done and you don't know how, just like send it to our huge like thousands of people community.
Hell yeah.
And we will like we'll just like get it done together. That's like their whole thing. It's not even that they're like a company per se. It's more like they're just like a huge like a fucking subreddit,
like a network.
Yeah.
A subreddit.
But like way more like, not because like subreddit
it's
has
funny.
such a weird connotation.
No, I like it. It's funny.
But there were these books called the Tiny Books of Tiny Stories, and their whole thing was that each page or each 2 pages was a story in and of itself. It was maybe 1 or 2 sentences and this illustration from one of the visual artists that, just wanted to submit their work to it. And there was this one that I always go back to, and it's this little dude in like this kind of like, early Gerard Way kind of, black suit, red tie kind of get up. He's listening to his music on his iPod, and he's crying. And the story is, this is the saddest song I've ever heard. I can't stop smiling.
Yeah.
And it's like, God
no,
damn.
Yeah. I don't know why that happens, but it does.
I just think it's the understanding. It's like
someone else feels this, and they put it into words along with beautiful ear-pleasing music. Like,
exactly.
It just does something.
Yeah.
It's great. There's probably a science that explains it, but I don't really know.
Oh, for sure. I'm not a science
me neither.
folk anymore, though.
Yeah, same.
All right, taking one more quick swig of water.
Commercial break. Cue the ad.
I'm just gonna start putting ads for like companies that don't even
exist.
Us.
Oh, you should make your own.
Hey, if you like, who do I even want to sponsor though, or who do I even want to like shout out though? Like, whose product do I care enough about? I guess it would just be other artists.
Yeah, other artists, record shops, little independent music stores. That would be great.
Oh damn! I should just start.
Think Tank.
Yeah, Think Tank, cool.
Yeah. Shout out Vinyl Solution in HB. It's where I get all my records and cassettes from that were mentioned earlier.
You got that sweet little cassette player down there from there?
Yeah, I got that from there too. I saw that actually on their Instagram, and I was like, please hold this for me. I'm going to buy it. I swear.
I love that.
Yeah.
I get that way about certain stores. Like, I'm not sure if you've ever been to Moe's in Fullerton.
Oh, yeah. It's right across from the Night Owl.
Yeah. Oh, my God. They have so many crazy, like, I am a huge, like, tech nerd.
Oh, nice.
I can't really play the guitar and bass as well as I can the drums. And the drums don't really need like effects pedals unless you're some crazy dude like Dan Mayo. Shout outs to Dan Mayo if you're listening for some reason. But I hope so. He's like one of my favorite drummers. But I just love effects pedals. Like,
they're great.
I know.
Even the look of them, they're just so colorful, like little Legos. Like, I love them.
Something about them just kind of like tickles that like good part of my brain.
Yes.
But Moe's, I've gotten so many like weird, obscure pedals from them.
Love it.
Because they have this whole section dedicated to like old Dan Electros and old like from like pedals from companies that probably don't exist anymore.
Wow.
I got this chorus from a company called California Pedals, and I haven't been able to find them on the internet.
Wow.
So, it's so cool.
That's giving me ideas. I just recently, cause I don't really play guitar like I don't shred. I just like I just use the guitar to write songs. But now that I'm in a band where I have to play guitar, like I'm trying to take it more seriously and put more effort into it. And I just bought my first pedal. Of course, it was the distortion pedal, like everyone's first pedal, the orange one.
The Boss?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Literally everyone's first pedal. And I freaking love it. Like, I really want to build my collection and get a pedal board and slowly collect them over the years. Like, oh, they're great.
Oh yeah, they're the best.
They're so cool.
Pedals, and then slightly lower on the scale of like tech that makes me happy, if only because of like the cost, synthesizers.
Oh yeah,
I love
dude.
synths.
The sound a good synth can bring to a song is insane. It's insanity.
It's like I have Logic right here, and I've downloaded so many plugins that kind of emulate old synths.
Oh, great.
It's so fun. It's like it doesn't have like the aesthetic of the hardware. It doesn't have like that kind of materiality, but it's like close enough.
But the sound.
Yes.
Like the synth is such an emotional, like piercing fucking gut punch of an instrument to a song. I love it.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting all nerded out. Thank you for this convo.
Oh, you're welcome. I love it too.
If you don't mind me asking, I always preface my questions with that as if I'm interrogating you.
Literally.
Have you ever been to Noisebug in Pomona?
No.
Oh my god! If you are willing to make a trek up to Pomona,
you know what's funny? I just played a show there.
Oh, sick!
Is it in the downtown?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it was at the Clownski.
You played at the Clownski?
The Clownski.
Hell yeah, dude!
Yeah.
Clownski is such a cool place. I've been wanting to play there for forever.
You should.
I've put in because like they ask for like a little application.
Oh yeah.
Is that how you got in, or did like a band invite you for their show?
No, it was such bullshit. I got totally swindled into pay to play. I had no idea what pay to play was or pre-sale, quote unquote. I'm like, oh yeah, pre-sale. That sounds, I could do that.
From them?
Not through the Clownsky Lounge, through a booker.
Oh,
like separate from them.
I'm so sorry.
No, I know. I busted my ass, like sell 450 worth of tickets, and then I found out it was for only a 20-minute set.
That's bullshit.
I know, and I thought I had to. He like sent me a contract in the mail, and I was like, what the fuck? And then people were pulling up. Oh, I was only able to sell 100. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. I'm like, what
is
the
that?
Fuck? Like wait. All that work for nothing.
What is this guy's name? Tim?
No.
Is this guy's name Eric?
No.
Do they work for a company called All Ages Booking?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, because I know
I don't know.
There are bookers like that, who do that kind of shit everywhere.
I know. And all the artists were super young, like high school bands. So taking advantage of young, clueless artists, I'm like, that's so fucked.
That happened to me once at Chain Reaction in Anaheim.
Oh, really?
Because the people who do most of the booking there is a group called All Agents Entertainment. Fuck you all. Fuck you guys.
Shout out.
Reverse shout out. No, but seriously, they are predatory scum.
No, for real, like young artists. I'm talking still in high school.
Yes. Yeah, and like I understand that there are like, there are definitely booking agencies, quote unquote, that do that kind of shit everywhere. All Ages Entertainment has like a special, not monopoly, but a grip on like young artists around here because they have Chain Reaction, which is like an establishment in the OC scene, and they do a lot of booking at the Glass House in Pomona as well.
Oh.
But they do the same thing. It's like, oh, sell all these tickets.
Yeah. And they phrase it. The thing is, they reach out. Do you want to play a show? Yeah, of course. Do you have confidence that you can sell 30 tickets? Of course. Yeah, I'll sell 50 if you need me to. Okay, great. I'll send you the tickets in the mail. Blah blah blah. Then they send you this contract in the mail, like you are obligated to sell all these 30 tickets, give 450 to blah blah blah. I'm like, what? Like literally for a 20-minute set? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So, but Pomona though. So Pomona has a nice little music scene.
Yes, Pomona. Like, I'm not sure if that if the Clownski Lounge is involved at all with them, but from what I've heard, Clownski Lounge is really cool.
No, they were cool. The guy booking was separate from the Clownski Lounge. I don't want to shit on anyone.
Yeah, for sure. But what was I even going to... Oh, regarding synthesizers,
Mm.
if you're ever in Pomona again, and specifically that little downtown section, there is this wonderful little shop called Noisebug.
Noisebug.
And their whole thing is like, have you ever been to like a guitar center? You can just
Sure.
kind of like fiddle around with the guitars if
Yeah.
you want. It's just that. It's like that, but with synths. Like huge,
Wow.
top of the line synths, modular synths, all this crazy shit. You could just fuck
Nice.
around with it.
Love that.
It is
Noisebug.
so cool. Yeah. And I'm not sure if they're still doing this, but I remember when I last went to Noisebug, while they were open, of course. I'm usually there at night and they close at 7.
Oh, okay.
But I remember they had like a performance there as well. They had this
Oh.
dude who was doing like this crazy like ambient guitar
Nice.
show with this like beautiful, like somebody had like a projector going. There was these beautiful like graphics playing in the background, or
love
like a
it.
video or whatever. But
Yeah.
definitely check out Noisebug.
No, we should get together and with Alana too. Like we should play the Clownski.
Oh, I would be so
Let's
down.
just do it. Why not?
Just like it doesn't even have to be like, I don't know, because like
It could literally just be us in the audience, like just playing for each other. It'd be
I'd be
fun.
so down for that.
Yeah.
I'm just down to play anything and
Oh,
anywhere,
same.
honestly.
Yeah.
As long as
Shout
it's
out
not
if
chained.
anyone wants a show anywhere. Like I feel like I can speak for the both of us. Like we just love music so much. We love to play, perform. Like
Exactly.
we're down for anything. So
Yeah.
book it up.
I've been trying to just like kind of make little jam sessions with my friends. Not
Yeah.
even like for the, oh, this is practice for a show or anything. It's just 'cause,
No,
like
it's just.
it's fun. It's fun
It
to get
is.
together in a room and play.
I have a question for you actually.
Go on.
Have you ever tried busking?
Have I?
Because I'm really interested and fascinated by busking, and I really want to try it.
I think I've tried a couple times. I don't remember. I feel like I have. Yes, we did. It was a weird kind of busking. Me and a few friends in high school, we were all in the same like high school jazz band, and we all played on a boat.
Wow.
We got tips from people on a boat. It was
Nice.
fun. It was my second time playing at sea. It was in Long Beach. It was crazy. It was a good time. But aside from that, I can't remember any time where we played like in public for
Yeah.
like, people like that. And I would love to do that,
I'm-
honestly.
Me and my buddy from Penny on the Needle, he actually plays the accordion,
Oh,
which would be sick to busk with. And I just had my first cello lesson.
Hell yeah.
So that's a dynamic duo. And then we have guitar that we can both switch off of and we both sing. Like, I think that okay, busking, why it's awesome. 1, you're having fun.
Yes.
2, you're practicing your craft.
Mm-hmm.
3, you get to gauge the audience and see what they like, what they don't like. It's like research.
Right.
4, you make money.
Exactly.
Like, it's so perfect. Like, I want to do it so bad.
And I would also add that you might even have like a different audience every day.
Yeah,
Like even if you're in the
exactly.
same place, so many people have different commutes at different times.
Exactly.
I would be so down to do that with you. I can't
Yes.
play anything cool like an accordion, but
Dude,
I can.
drums.
I definitely can bring like I have a tiny little baby drum set.
That'd be perfect. And you know what? Get creative with it. Like an old suitcase and a kick drum.
Oh my god!
Wouldn't
that's
that be
right.
great? Some
I-
little steel brushes on a snare. Like, that'd be sick.
I'd be so happy to do that. Like I have some luggage I could probably like fish out to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
form into those. I love those kind of like cocktail kits.
Yeah, yeah,
That would be a blast.
yeah.
Let's plan it. You and
Let's
me.
plan it.
And friend from. Let's just make like a whole thing out of it. Just like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, yeah.
invite friends. Like, hey, we're gonna busk.
Dance if you want. Sing if you want. Play
Yes.
the triangle. Like, whatever.
Oh, that reminds me. And this will kind of go into our shout out section.
Sure.
This is like a brief 5-10 minute thing where we kind of, give big props to the folks in our creative community who are inspiring us currently.
Hell yeah.
If you don't mind, I'm going to start off. I want to shout out Seal Beach Jazz. This is organized by Mr. Key Park. And they're basically like every Thursday night or every Thursday evening, they get together in Seal Beach and they just play jazz music live together.
I think I've seen them before.
Yeah.
A big stand-up bass.
Yes.
Does someone have? Okay,
Yeah.
I've totally seen them before.
Yeah.
They're great.
They're amazing. Thank you to Adam from Albion Christoph who first let me know about them. It really is kind of like a half busking, half jam sesh kind of thing.
I love that.
And it is so fun to watch.
Hell yeah.
If you are, in the Seal Beach area or can go to the Seal Beach area on a Thursday night, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just speaking on busking,
Yeah.
that's one of the first things that came to mind.
I want to shout out our unfortunate not here guest, Alana
right.
Slayer Leia.
Mm-hmm.
Her band Pulse.
Yes.
Pulse_USA on Instagram. We hosted a Black Friday show at my parents' house. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. Shout out to my parents for letting that happen. And their band's performance was my favorite live performance I've seen all year. Wow. Like, more than Jonathan Richman, who is my hero and favorite artist of all time. Like, their live show kicked such ass. And that was their second time ever performing.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to shout out Pulse and Slayer Leia.
That's wild.
And I cannot wait to play more shows with them. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, we should all play at the Clown Ski Lounge for sure.
Hell yeah.
That's
actually how I found out about Leia. I'd seen that her there.
She was there?
No. I'd seen her band on, how do you say, I'm having
on Instagram?
A huge fucking brain fart, my bad. So I'd seen Pulse on the flyer for your show.
Oh, yeah.
And I checked them out, and then I checked out her solo stuff under Slayer Leia. I was like, oh, this is so fucking rad.
And they're complete. Talk about, she is Elliott Smith and Jonathan Richman in one person. Like, she can go from CCR sounding Neil Young, like country mandolin banjo, her Slayer Leia project, and then her band Pulse is just fucking 100% punk. She's whipping her hair around, she's screaming into the mic, she's getting in the audience faces. Like, she's an emporium within herself. Like, I love that girl. She's great.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm wishing Alana the best right now.
Hells yeah.
Hopefully we can all get together sometime and lay down the creative vibes.
Totally. It'll happen for sure.
If you don't mind, I'm going to shout out one more person or group, rather.
Sure.
I'm going to crack back once more, though. I want to shout out Pork Boy, Sarai, as well as their band. Pork Boy, let me get the thoughts straight. I don't know. It's happening so often right now.
We're getting towards that podcast end where you're like, what am I even talking about?
Why am I speaking? Who am I talking to? But Sarai is like one of my favorite local artists of all time.
Hell yeah.
I saw them perform for the first time at this really cool, it was like behind a sushi spot in West Covina. And their music just like always finds a way to like make me happy, even if it's like super sad stuff. My favorite song by them, Salt and Sea, please check it out.
I will.
It's like, I can't understate how fucking beautiful their voice is and the songwriting in general.
Love it.
But they've recently been playing with a band, like a full band.
Nice.
And I've yet to see them play because they usually play out in Redlands. I gotta save up the gas if I want to go out there.
Oh, totally, dude.
But by golly, just seeing like videos of them performing and hearing their like newer songs, which has like a whole band sort of set up, it's just so inspiring.
Hell yeah.
I'm very happy that Pork Boy was one of my first sort of local music experiences.
Yeah, isn't that the best?
Yeah.
Like finding a gem in your own like community. Oh
exactly.
God, it's rocks.
Because it's like, I don't know, for so long I was just like, oh yeah, my favorite bands are the ones that sell millions of records and that kind of jazz. Yeah. But like, it's been so much more like, not just inspiring, but like fulfilling in this very like deep way to like get to hear music from people that are just like, you know, that you hang out with sometimes, or that you like, that like, you know, you talk with on Instagram sometimes.
Yeah.
It's something about that is just so like, it's the fact that it is a community, that you get to experience the work of people who are like, you know, so close to you in ways that, you know, My Chemical Romance can't be, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. You can pick their brain if you wanted to. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it's just awesome. Yeah,
big shout out to Sarai. I'll definitely have them on the cast sometime soon.
Totally, you should.
They are. We had them on a really early episode, like way back in the day. And I really hope to get to chat with him more at length soon.
Nice.
Yes.
Hells yeah.
Hells yeah.
I don't know if I have anyone else to shout out. I mean, shout out to the Night Owl. We've mentioned them right across the street from Moe's.
And Rod Harrison.
And Rod Harrison,
Rod
the
the God.
kindest, most amazing, delightful, wonderful PA, open mic hoster extraordinaire. Just very wholesome man.
Oh yeah, he's lovely.
Yeah.
His jokes are top
notch. Their choice.
And speaking of Rod Harrison, he not only holds the Night Owl open mic Tuesday nights at the Night Owl.
Doesn't he do like 5,000 others?
Oh, like probably 7,000.
Yeah, probably.
The ones I know about, he also holds the Courtyard open mic in Whittier.
Oh, Whittier, yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
I believe that is the first and third Wednesday of every week, but I might be wrong. So if you'd like, go check out Rod Harrison. We'll link his Instagram stuff in the description. We'll show like
we are
pictures
giving the
and all
people such good content right now. We're giving them
Hell yeah.
take notes, people. These are some great names we're mentioning here.
There is stuff happening everywhere in every
oh.
corner of SoCal.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Milk and Honey, the coffee shop in Huntington Beach. They had their first open mic. Aiden. I call him Aiden Bones because his Instagram handle is like Pokey Bones or something. Aiden, I don't even know his real last name, but Aiden Bones for all intents and purposes. He hosted such a fun open mic night. It was like a bunch of little punk, like they had the best taste in music ever, like, and they were playing, and it felt more like a jam session than like an open mic. Like no one was nervous. It was all fun. Like, so I think they're doing it on Tuesdays, but like only once a month.
Oh, for sure.
So check that out. They have Instagram and stuff. So
that's killer.
Milk and Honey HB.
I will definitely check that out.
Yeah, you should
Thank you very
totally
much.
come. People are so rad there.
Awesome. All right, so we are about to wind down the cast. I do want to ask Nicole if there's anybody or anything of your own that you might want to kind of plug. Oh, I've got an event now. I've got this kind of stuff.
I'm definitely, me and Alana from the band Pulse, we're going to have a show very soon. I think January 2nd at Vinyl Solution HB.
Hell yeah.
January 2nd, 8th, or 9th. We have to talk to the owner to get a date down. But yeah, I just want to play shows. I'm Nicole X Parker on Instagram. I don't really have anything on Spotify. I hate recording. It's like such a hassle to me. But I love writing and I love performing. So yeah, and I'll play any show. So if anyone wants to book it up.
Awesome.
Hell
and
yeah.
thank you again so much.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
No, I appreciate it. The feeling again is mutual.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And thank you to everybody who's listening and who has been listening for a while.
Yes.
This again is my monthly promise to try and make this a bit more of a regular thing. But we do have a few more guests lined up throughout the week, so
hell yeah.
do expect episodes to come out regularly, at least for the span of 3 weeks.
Wow, so you want to do one a week? That's intense.
Well, I mean, I don't like put them out the same time I record them.
Right.
So I've got like a few different people lined up this week that I'll be recording with, and then I'll try and put them out either every Tuesday or every Friday, whichever I'm not busiest on.
Nice.
Thank you though. It's like, I don't know. I like structure, but it's also so hard to adhere to structure when there are other structures going on.
Literally, structures within structures.
It's too much for my tiny little brain.
My pea-sized brain can barely take it no more.
My reptilian mind. Thank you to everybody for listening. This is Andres Marquez, your host as always. And we'll catch you later. Bye.
See ya.